Welcome back, everybody. This is yet another haul video from a massive Craftsman tool collector. Almost everything here is new old stock. I can't be sure what I paid for the stuff in the plastic bins because it's all been mixed together in order to get it all in my truck. The truck was absolutely full in the bed and the back of the cab. So let's go through this one. All right, first item up, I got two of these travel mugs. These are 18-ounce travel mugs. I bought them in a lot with some Coca-Cola glasses. Oh, they're 16 ounce, my bad. I would say I ended up probably paying like buck and a half a piece for these. Next up we have a Dale Creasy Signature Edition fender cover, made in the USA. So that's an NHRA funny car. New in the package, obviously. Also was able to pick up this air riveter. I remember seeing these at the store back in the day. If I remember right, I paid like $30 for this. Up next is something I got stung on a little bit. This is one of the dangers of bidding auctions that you can't see in person. I got two of these 19.2 volt inflators. And when I pulled this one out of the box, it was missing the hose. So it doesn't do a lot of good without the hose. I don't know if I can buy just the hose as a replacement part. But unless I can, I guess it's also an inflator. So I could use these different tips to inflate tubes and water rafts and whatever. But as a tire inflator without the hose, it doesn't do me a lot of good. You take a risk when you buy things on pictures, and sometimes you get bit, but the goal is that more often than not, you get a good deal. I also won these two beam style torque wrenches. These are both made in the USA. We have a 3/8 and a 1/2 inch. Paid $28 for the pair. I guess with fees it was like $33. And these still do come in handy in certain situations, certain applications. Some people believe that the old beam style torque wrenches are the most accurate. Next up is a box that I think there's actually two lots combined here, so I'm not 100% sure what I paid. There could be multiple lots in here, I guess. Sometimes it was whatever fit in the box is went in that box so I could get it in the truck. First piece here is a muffler tailpipe and strut tube cutoff tool. Never heard it referred to as a strut tube cutoff. This one does say made in the USA. Here's an old piece. This one is just branded by Sears. It's an old dent puller. And that is definitely an old package. This is before they had barcodes. And like most tools, it's made in Asia, Taiwan, Japan, China seem to be where their tools were coming from. This next piece up is something I'll definitely keep because I don't have one yet. The bushing driver set, made in Taiwan. That's interesting. The paperwork inside is marked Harbor Freight, so it's an old Harbor Freight set. But I'm sure for the few times I'm going to use it, it's probably going to work just fine. Next up is a tool that I'll probably never use. It's a valve grinding kit, Craftsman brand. It does say made in the USA. Next up we have an 80-inch bandsaw blade, 1/16 inch wide. This is a scrolling blade. I do see it is made in the USA. It looks like we're down to some saw blades here. Here's a 6.5 inch saw blade. That's kind of a strange size, it seems like. I'm used to a 7 1/4. Made in the USA, plywood blade. Looks like we have a number of DeWalt blades here. All look like they're brand new. So these are the 7 1/4 carbide tipped 24 tooth. And then we have a 4-pack of the 24 tooth. So those will definitely come in handy. I likely won't need a 7 1/4 inch blade for quite a while with 7 of them. We have this Craftsman 40 tooth carbide, 7 1/4 inch Craftsman Professional, made in the USA. And then the final blade in here is a Euro cut by Olympia, 7 inch cobalt bond diamond blade. Definitely keep that one around for a rainy day. Okay, moving on to the plastic bins. First up we have some Craftsman power drill pumps. Convert your portable electric drill into a power pump. Pumps 225 gallons per hour. There's actually two of those in here. Next up is this 10-inch table saw insert for dado molding blade. Made in Taiwan. It's kind of popping out of the package here. I did notice it had the Vermont America logo on it, so I'm guessing that's who made it for Craftsman. Didn't even realize this was in there. It's a 12-foot Stanley power lock. Saw a couple of these in the last lot, the quick change router bit adapters. Next up is a bag full of 3/4 inch diameter drum sanding sleeves. Looks like there's coarse, medium, and fine grit. Also saw some of these in a past video, the 102-piece mega sanding and polishing set. There's actually 2 of those in here. Found another one of these quick change router bit adapters. Here's something I don't think I've seen before. It's a Sears Craftsman clutch alignment tool, and it actually is made in the USA. It's also a handful of Craftsman center punches, pin punches, and 2 Stanleys as well. And I won't take all these out of the box. They're all 6-point, new old stock, metric wrenches. It is 6 to 19. And if I do recall, I paid about $95 for this set. So that's about $7 a wrench. I think that's pretty good for new old stock 6-point, especially in the metric. Moving on to the last box. There's actually quite a bit of stuff in this one. First thing out of the box is an old high-speed steel router bit set. That bird is really singing loud. Another set of the high-speed steel router bits. And yet another set. Can't believe they paid $15 for these back in the day. Then we have a stud finder. Probably going to keep one of those because it seems like I'm always losing mine. There's actually 3 of them in this box. So this is a 2-piece set of 3/16 hex wrenches. I do wonder why they sold just a 2-piece. Here's something I'm not sure I've seen before by Craftsman. It's a lighted pickup tool, magnetic pickup tool. Made in the USA with global materials. Then we have this Empire Precision Oiler. That'll definitely come in handy. I'm sure most of you can guess what's in these. Unfortunately, they're not blue, but they are the gold 2004 socket sets. And I think I paid $30 for these. Never had a set of the gold tools or the blue ones, but I think they're kind of cool. Everything left in this box is wrenches, so I'm going to go ahead and try to sort them into groups. Okay, this first row is all gear wrench, all the flex handle. There's a number of repeat sizes. I do see there's some metric and some standard in there, but there's no set of anything. The next row up here is more gear wrench. Some of these are just the basic handle like this one that don't have the reverse lever, but quite a few do have the reverse lever. And again, there's no real set here. There's duplicates, and there's a mixture of SAE and metrics. Then moving on to the Craftsman, we have some of these flex head with the locking button on them. Again, no sets here, just random sizes, both standard and metric. I do see USA marked on a number of them, but unfortunately, I saw at least this one that is made in China. So if you put it next to the US version, looks almost identical, but one's stamped USA and one's stamped with the L-AC, so that's a dead giveaway. Didn't even realize that they made some of these in China or Taiwan or wherever they may have made them. Also have a few 8mm regular ratcheting wrenches, and these are the ones I was definitely trying to go after. And a lot of these were mixed, where they had, this is actually a regular handle, a lot of these are mixed where they had some gear wrench mixed in with these. These are the Craftsman stubby with the locking flex head. Again, there's no sets here. There's 3/18s, there's some 8mm, a couple 10s, but these are hard to find. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I could be. I think these are only made in the USA, but now that I see that there's one up there that's made overseas. I'm starting to wonder about these. These are only marked on the back side, and every single one of them has a sticker. And I don't really want to peel that sticker off. So anybody out there know if they only made these in the US or if they maybe also made them overseas, please drop that in the comments if you know that answer. So that's going to be all for this one. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.